Ah. The other day I was speaking to someone who I've known for many years. Okay? He booked my services as my client, and fine. We were doing his personal brand, his work, and all that. Later on, I told him, I'll introduce you to some of my contacts. Now, the only reason I told him I'll introduce you to some of my contacts is because I know him. Otherwise, I don't. So I told him I'll introduce you to a couple of my contacts, and one of them is at a very accomplished level in the corporate world. Okay? So I told him I'll introduce you, and the only thing is, please talk to him with respect. Talk to him with respect, and the problem is, this client of mine, or this friend of mine who I've known for years, always had this slight bit of arrogance and pride in the way he would communicate. He'll be like, hey, hi. Even if you're speaking to a multi-millionaire or billionaire, hey, hi, how are you? Now, yes, it's good to have confidence. Yes, it's good to have self-respect. Yes, it's good to, keep your pride and ego and whatever. But the fact of the matter is, in the real world, nobody gives a fuck if you're a nothing and nobody. Okay? Nobody gives a fuck. Now, for example, online, I meet so many people who want to get in touch with me, be with me, or talk to me, or take my time, my advice, whatever. Now, they need me. I'm very particular that if you need my advice, if you need my service, if you need something from me, you need to show respect. You can't, talk to me high and mighty. Especially, I'm very particular with these these youngsters or people younger than me. Now, obviously, you'll be like, huh? If someone is paying you money for your service, should they, call you sir and all that? Yes. If they're younger than me, yes. If they're taking my mentoring, yes. If you're just going to pay money and just have a one-time conversation, one-time thing, just talk, you paid me money, bye-bye. But if you want to keep in touch for the long term, for the long run, and you want to learn something from me as someone with more experience, more wisdom, more whatever, you want to learn from me, you obviously have to give respect, right? I'll give you a simple example. I have had mentors in my life, a couple of them. Now just imagine if I talk to my mentor, hey, hi, how are you? I speak with the arrogance and pride. Do you seriously think my mentor would take time and give me his wisdom, his experience? And especially if the mentor is a millionaire or billionaire or an accomplished person, or person who has 10, 15, 20 years experience above me, do you think they would be bothered? In fact, I'll give you an example. This actually happened with me. This was during my younger days, slightly younger, when I was in my 30s. I used to take part in public speaking competitions, So there I happened to meet one guy who had come down from USA. He was one of the world champions of public speaking. He had won the title, world champion. And many people, had consulted him for advice. Many people had consulted him for advice. And so even I wanted his advice and all that. So he approached me, I approached him for his advice. And when he gave me his advice at that time, it was contrary to what I believed. To make you understand, the speech that I had made was very serious. He told me, you need to make it light. You need to make it a slightly humorous. and you need to change this and change that. No, I didn't agree with his advice. And immediately I told him, no, I think you're wrong. And the way I spoke to him in hindsight, it was really stupid. It was very disrespectful. And lo and behold, after that, no matter what message I sent him, that time there was no WhatsApp, there was no Zoom, there was Skype, but I was in touch with him via email. He never responded to a single email of mine ever since that day. And this happened not only with him, with a couple of the world champions who I got in touch with. Eventually, there were 2 or 3 and none of them wanted to deal with me. So now tell me, whose loss was it? Was it their loss? They didn't lose anything. They had a steady stream of fans and followers and students. It was my loss. And lo and behold, I lost the opportunity to be mentored by someone I looked up to. To this date, I still read and reflect on his work. And I think back, oh sheesh, had I not had my head up in the clouds. In fact, just now, before I make this video, I got this guy's message who said, hey, Mr. Loy, how are you? And I like, yeah, what do you want? So I was like, yes. What do you want? Who are you? You know? So he said, do you remember me? I said, no idea. Then he sent me a voice message and he told me, I am Shaheen from so-and-so company. You remember you took my interview and gave me a job? I was like, oh sheesh, man. You know, this guy, you're talking of 25 years ago, 25, when I was, hot-blooded and all that. And I used to still do these interview sessions and all that, but I used to give them stress. I had no tattoos on my face, nothing. I had taken his interview. And he was shaking with fear and he was nervous. And later on only, after he got confirmed, he told me his visa was about to expire in 2-3 days. This was the last opportunity for a job. He wanted a job as a graphic designer. So I took his interview and he was literally shivering and he tried to do his best. I didn't smile, nothing. I told him, okay, I'll let you know. And when the employer spoke to me, I told him the guy is good. The guy is good. He's nervous. He has still a lot to learn, but I think he's a good addition to your team. And because of me, he got the job. Ever since that day, that guy, he kept in touch with me. He kept in touch with me, and in between, obviously, life goes on and you move your different paths. Today, he's a businessman. Imagine this, he's a businessman. He has his own graphic designing company, printing company. He still calls me with respect. He considers me as his friend. He is not like Sir Loy and all that. No, he considers me as his friend because I know him from years. But he gives me the respect, he still talks to me with respect. I'm telling you, if he calls me up, I'll definitely take his call. On the other hand, there are people who I've known from childhood, but who talk to me like, with this arrogance and pride. Hey, Loy. Like, as if they're trying to lecture me, put me down. I don't even fucking respond to their message, even if I know that they're trying to get in touch. I don't even pick up their calls. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. Fuck off. See, this you might find this stupid, or you might find this surprising, but even though maybe, okay, I'm above average over some people, but if I meet someone outside in real life, I always give them respect. I always talk to them with humility. And like, for example, I'm staying on the island of Samui. Sometimes I have to go to the immigration. Sometimes I have to go to a typing center. Sometimes I have to go to, for government-related jobs. You'll not believe, like, the foreigners who come there, many of the foreigners, they're like, hey, here, and they talk to them. What is this? Why the fuck is this happening? They talk to them that way. They even use profanity. I want a visa now, and they shout, immigration. But on the other hand, when I go there, I'm always bowing and, that namaste, yes sir, and I always very humble. Like the 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 bow that I give them is as if they are above me, even if they're younger than me. Like the normal salutation is here. This is for respect. When it goes a little up means a person's elder than you. When it goes up here means he's like a king or something. And if the person like a monk or a god or something, you go all the way to here. I literally bow my head this way as if the person's elder to me. Now you will be like, why the hell do you do that? Well, giving respect doesn't hurt. Making a person feel good doesn't hurt. And most important of all, it gets my job done. So why shouldn't I use this? Now obviously you'll say, oh, so you're manipulating, you're faking it. No, the respect is genuine. That is a person in a position of power. I give them the respect. Now they can be rude, they can be like, yeah, you stand there and wait. No problem. I'll still give them the respect. The reason being is I need something from them. And when you need something, be humble, be polite, be nice, treat them with reverence and respect. There are people who donate to my channel. There are people who support me financially in my work. If the guy has given me as much as even $1 or $2 or $3, for me, I give them the respect. Now, that doesn't mean you're a rich guy, you give me $1 and, oh, I'm going to dance to my tunes. No, I'm going to dance to your tunes. Nothing like that. I know when and where. Over the years, I've been able to discern. Like, for example, there was this young boy from Mumbai. I don't know, he may be a Malayali guy. He's just sent me, a few days ago, he sent me, I think, $4. Just $4. He's a young man. So this is to say thank you for your content. I sent him a thank you letter, a personal one, not copy paste. And I know who it is. Now, if he sends me a message or gets in touch with me, I will talk to him. For that sacrifice, for that respect. Now, obviously, there are people who manipulate this. Like they'll send $1 or $5 and then they'll say, Loy, I need your advice, your consulting. I'm not a fool to fall for all that. Okay, my charge for consulting is $217. You send $1 or $5 and you expect me to fall for it? No, you can take back your money, no need. But if someone does it genuinely, you'll always be a friend for life. Like I had given you the example of this Malayali boy. He's a student, not rich. He gave me $5 for my content. And this is from the Quora days, when I was to write art. Give me $5. And I was curious, who is this guy? I found out he's not a rich guy. He's a simple village boy from Kerala who reads my articles. This is 5 years ago, almost like 5 years ago, 4 years ago or something. We have been friends ever since. Okay, his name is Alex. And I never forgot, we have always been in touch. Whenever I wanted IT related advice, it's always there. Soon he graduated out of college and he started a freelance accounting, he started offering his services for accountancy. He would get jobs. One fine day, as we were talking, chatting, he told me that I can't talk to you much. I'm just trying to sort out my laptop. I said, what happened to your laptop? And there he told me his laptop is not working. Just imagine the laptop through which he can earn his livelihood is not working. No sooner he told me that, I asked him which laptop and all that. He gave me the model number. And I said, if you had to buy a laptop, which one would you buy? He told me that I would buy this laptop. It was not too expensive. Okay. I immediately spoke to my contacts, arranged the money for it and wired it to him within, I think, 24 hours. He never asked me for it. I gave it to him. Now, why did I do that? Simple. He always treated me with love and respect. Always. He proved himself. There have been people in my groups who have been in touch with me, like this, young boys and people who have been in touch with me for many years. Either they liked my content or they shared it. It need not be only money. They've liked my content, shared it, or they, sir, if any work is there, just tell me, I'll do it. I'll forward your answer or your YouTube link, or small things. That action in itself I've never forgotten. See, remember this much. Yes, we all like to be proud. Yes, we all like to keep our self-respect. That is very important. But if you don't have any money, if you are down in the dumps, then you will need help. And if at that time you start respecting people and being nice, it's too late. So before that ever comes, no matter how big you are, no matter how rich you are, respect people. It will help you in the long run. To this date, my aunt, who, she gave me a lot of love and affection when I was young. Today she's 80. I still call her auntie. Everyone else, some of the other relatives call her by name. They call her by name Hilda. I still say auntie. I still, like as if I'm a small boy in front of her. My teachers who taught me when I was a small boy, I've had the honor of meeting one or two of them online on Facebook. I still say ma'am. I still say sir to my teachers. You have to give the respect. My mentors, I call them with the respect, love and reverence which they deserve. Some may not be rich also. It doesn't matter. So you need to know when, who, where, how. You need to be flexible. Not, oh, I'm not going to call anyone sir. I'm going to call respect, name. You keep that pride, arrogance and ignorance. You'll not move very far ahead in life. For me, if I need to beg and if I need to call sir, and I'll do that when it's required. And I'll do it out of respect. You can't be so arrogant and say, oh, even if I see the king, I'm not going to bow, I'll stand. Yeah, I used to think like that. If I see the king, I'll stand like this. No, protocol has to be followed. If you see the king or the queen, or you bow. You see someone in power, maybe they are, accomplished in terms of politics or, let's say, business or money. You give them the due respect. You don't say, oh, I don't care, he is a multi-millionaire, fuck him. Like I saw one of the videos where this guy sees Jeff Bezos on the road with his bodyguards. Hey Jeff, how are you doing, man? Yeah, good for you. You may have felt special. Jeff doesn't give a fuck about you. I mean, what does it take to give respect? For me, my mentors, I always call them sir. I always call them with reverence. If it's not sir, it is Mr. But it's always with respect. Yes, there are rich people who are my age. I call them by the name because some of them prefer to be called by the name. But they know I respect them. They know I respect their time. I'm very humble. Where you need to be humble, you must be humble. Don't let your success or your money or this thing go to your head. Because like they say, you don't know when your bad days will come. Fine, there are other successful multi-millionaires, billionaires who will never be rich. That is not you. Never forget your place. Like they say, you come from nothing, you'll go back to nothing. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Just keep in mind that being humble, there are situations where you have to show your pride and your power and your arrogance and ignorance and whatever. But there are also places where you have to be humble. You have to know your place. So just keep that in mind. And the person who is smart doesn't have an issue or a problem being flexible. Even those who don't, nobody respects or gives them respect, But if you were to give them, you never know, your life will change, man. Sometimes that glass of water, when you expect others to give, nobody will give you. That person who nobody respects or nobody cares about, they will take care of you. And this has happened in my life. Drunkards and useless bums and those people, they came to my aid. I'll just end with one final story. When I was in Dublin, Ireland, and my wife had made my life living hell, nobody was there. Guess who came to take care of me, give me food? And there was a guy who everyone used to make fun of. He was a drunkard, truck driver, pissed drunk. Used to go to prostitutes and all that. He took care of me. He gave me food. He used to send me some money. He was smelling of alcohol. But he was nice to me. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Okay, good, bad, ugly. She's going anyway. That lady came to clean. So let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. You guys take care. Me signing off. Ciao.